Hello, everybody. It's me, Freddy Fazbear.
It's me again, actually. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm Amazing Angus, and tonight, as you probably noticed, Halloween's coming up, so I decided to do something pretty special. I'm gonna show you guys how to carve your own Freddy Fazbear jack-o'-lantern. Let's get to it, shall we? Here are some of the things that you'll need to carve the pumpkin. Picture of Freddy Fazbear jack-o'-lantern, sticky tape, permanent marker, vegetable knife, a letter knife, and a candle. Okay, guys, so the first thing you're going to do is cut the top of the pumpkin off, so you want to use a vegetable knife to cut the top off because that's probably the most powerful one. This might take a little bit of time. So I'll just get to it and cut the top off. Okay, guys, so the top is off. So the next thing you want to do is get all the seeds and guts out. So I'm just using some tongs to get them out. You may need to cut them out as well. So I know I'm gonna be making a mess on the floor, but I'm gonna clean it up as soon as I finish it. So if you can't get so if there's some parts that you can't get out, use a knife to cut them out or something. So I'll just get to it. So once you guys have cleared all the seeds and guts out of the pumpkin, the next thing you want to do is grab a picture of your Freddy Fazbear jack-o'-lantern pumpkin and the sticky tape and stick it onto the jack-o'-lantern right there. So that's what I'm gonna do. So when you guys have stuck your picture of the Freddy Fazbear face jack-o'-lantern on, next thing you want to do is take your permanent marker and trace on the parts that are going to be cut out. So I'll just show you a little something for example. So you want to trace over the outline of the orange parts and you might want to use a permanent marker because as I realized that the ink can actually go through the paper. So that's what you probably want to do. So I'll just trace over the parts that need to be cut out and then I'll show you what it will look like when I've done it. So once you guys have traced over on the drawing, the ink might turn out to be on the pumpkin as well, but it might be a little smudgy, so you might want to trace over it again, this time on the pumpkin, which is what I did too. And now comes the really fun bit. We're gonna carve it this time. So I'm gonna start off with a big place. So I'm gonna start off with the Freddy's hat. So just be very careful. It can be a little challenging though. And I'll just get that bit of pumpkin out. And you just all you just have to do is follow the lines of where you carved. So as you guys might be able to see that I've actually carved the hat of Freddy Fazbear. So the next thing I'm gonna do is carve his ear. I'll cut this ear next. So let's just... Now if you guys end up cutting inside the parts where I cut, that shouldn't really matter, so because that's gonna be carved out. So you just have to carve this bit like a moon nearly. Just be careful not to cut on the outside of it because that's what will probably stuff up the shape and all that. I'll just cut this ear out. So once that's carved out, just try try and pull it out. I may have missed it. There we are. So just pull those parts out that have been cut with your knife, and then I may have there we are. And then just try clearing out the parts that are blocking the way. So the next thing I'm gonna do is the big part of the head. So I'll just actually no, I'll do his other ear next. So this ear is done with 2 different kinds of shapes of lines. So I'll do the top bit first. Okay. If you guys hear any shaking, sorry about that, because that's, you probably know that's me doing that. I mean, with all the shaking on the table. So the same thing before, just or you could cut inside it to get it out. So I may have alright, there's a few little pieces in here. I'll just clear that bit out. I'm gonna do the bottom part of his ear right here. That's also like a moon. There we are. So now we have done the hat and the ear. So the next thing I'm going to do is the top part of the head, which is right here. So this may take a bit of time, so I'm just going to get right through this, and I'm going to have to cut ahead. Now guys, I just realized that I didn't know I needed to use this now, but now I do, because you guys probably noticed that there are actually some little parts that are tricky to use with the vegetable knife. So that is why you'll need to use something like a letter knife, which is perfect enough to cut the tiny bits, which is like this part, for example. So if you see parts like here, like where the eyes are, use the letter knife, because that's probably the best part to use the letter knife. So as you guys can see, I have carved the top part of the head, and I've also used the letter knife to cut out the small parts like the eyes, for example. So now the next thing I'm gonna do is the muzzle, which is this right here. So I'll just get to it right now. The sooner I get it done, the better. Now as you guys can see, I have done the muzzle, so I've just got one last thing to do, the jaw and the teeth. Now I'm gonna show you guys how to do the teeth, because you're definitely going to need the letter knife for this. So carefully cut by the lines of where the teeth are. So I'll just show you with one tooth, so you guys can understand how it's done. And oh, it just came out. That's good. And then also just cut through it like that, and just to get some opening. And I'm just gonna do this with the rest of the teeth as well. Okay guys, so I've done the teeth, so the last thing I've got left to do is the jaw. I'll see if I can do that without having to cut ahead. So just try to be very careful with this part though, because you don't want to cut to the teeth, because that could stuff it up. So this seems to be turning out okay. I just got the jaw to do, then I've carved it. Well, this part's a little tricky, so because it's coming to where the teeth are. Well, it's starting to get a little loose though, so you might want to be very careful to where you carve it. So I might have to use the letter knife on this now. So you could try to hold it. So try to be extra careful, because this thing almost looks like it's gonna come out by itself. So please keep that in mind. I'm almost there. And I think I may have done it, guys. So let me just see if I can try and get the bottom jaw open. Very carefully though, this might be a little tricky. Oh wait, almost. I missed a part right here. Silly me. Okay, now let's just carefully get this. I'll draw it, and there we go. So there you have it, guys. You have carved it. Now, the last thing we want to do is the candle. Now there is just one small problem though. So I've got my candle right here, but when I put the candle in, and I try to match it, and I try to use a match to light it, it actually causes the match to burn off quickly. So my mom gave me a better idea to make it much easier. So what you're going to do is you're actually going to have to, let me just get these little pieces off that I forgot to throw away. So that when you guys have done that, you're going to need to carve the bottom as well. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to carve the bottom. So try not to make it too big, but just make it big enough for the candle to fit in. So once you guys have carved the bottom of the pumpkin as well, next up you need to take your candle and then light the candle with a match. So I'll just do that. Whoop, well, one of the matches just snapped, so let me just go ahead and just light the candle. So once you guys have lightened your candle, carefully place the pumpkin over the candle. Just make sure it's able to fit in the hole. Like this. And then place the top back on. Just need to find where it fits. Hold on. Oh, here we go. Now, and there you go. So now I'm just gonna show you guys how this looks in the dark. Oh my god. I think this came out just perfect. So there you guys have it. So there you guys have it. We have carved the Five Nights at Freddy's Freddy Fazbear Jack-o'-lantern. So there you guys have it. So you guys can create your own Freddy Fazbear Jack-o'-lantern as well. And so you can do that. So you can do this with patience and with fun as well. So and don't forget, it doesn't have to be Freddy Fazbear. It can be the other Five Nights at Freddy's characters, such as Barney, Chica, and Foxy. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope this was much help for you guys. So I hope you guys can try this as well. And that's all I have. So thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe and favorite, and I'll see you guys next time. This is Amazing Angus saying, Happy Halloween, guys. See you later.